More breaking news for you today, and it is a political earthquake. Two of the most powerful medical institutions in the United States just blew up one of the left's most protected sacred cows. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons and the American Medical Association have now both gone on the record saying the same thing. There is insufficient evidence to justify gender transition surgeries for minors, and these surgeries should generally be deferred to adulthood. That's not conservative media, that's not Republicans, that's not Donald Trump making a social media post. That is the medical establishment finally backing away. The plastic surgeons, 11,000 of them, now warn that chest, genital, and facial surgeries for minors are irreversible and unsupported by solid long-term evidence. And the AMA, for the first time, is saying out loud what trans cult activists spent years trying to suppress, that we don't actually know if any of this helps kids, and we shouldn't be mutilating them while we figure it out. This is a total collapse of a narrative. Now, the AMA is enormous. The AMA, the American Medical Association, was among the leading groups opposing laws trying to restrict gender-affirming surgeries for minors just a few years ago. And the media would regularly cite the AMA to create an impression of expert consensus on this issue. The current shift isn't based on any significant change in the data available. The data really has always been non-existent. This all speaks volumes about how previous recommendations that ruined countless lives were based on politics instead of sound science. And here's the truth that they will not say on cable news. Well, nobody will say it but me. This breaking news does not happen unless Donald Trump wins the election in 2024. It simply does not. For years, American medicine was hijacked by insane political ideology. Doctors were told to mutilate first and ask questions, well, never. Raise concerns and lose your license. You get ostracized from your peer group. Ask for evidence. You get labeled a bigot. This wasn't science. It was intimidation. Trump's victory in 2024 didn't mandate outcomes. It simply ended the reign of fear. It signaled to institutions that, hey, you can speak the truth again. Come out from the shadows. There's nothing to fear anymore from the government that would have previously punished you into oblivion for simply telling the truth. Institutions now know you can follow the data again, and you won't be destroyed for telling the truth. Once that happened, once Trump came back into office and set the agenda on telling the truth, the dam finally burst. Both the AMA and the plastic surgeons now cite systematic reviews, including the Cass review in the United Kingdom, which found the evidence for puberty blockers and hormones in minors to be, quote, remarkably weak. Let me translate for you here. The emperor has no clothes. Now, the left's response to all of this has been frantic. They say, oh, nothing's changed. They say, this is consistent with past guidance. That is a lie. When the AMA says the evidence is insufficient and surgeries should generally wait until adulthood, the Overton window didn't just move a few inches. It moved violently. This isn't a ban. This isn't hate. This is medicine, rediscovering first the rule that they all are supposed to follow: do no harm. And make no mistake, this moment exposes the scam. They told parents this was settled science. They told America there was consensus, and they smeared anyone who dissented. And now the institutions admit we were experimenting on children. On children. When they write the history of this era on this topic, some folks are going to be remembered, well, less than fondly. Let's put it that way. What they did to children was unconscionable. And you know what? a lot of parents went along with it. So remember this moment when the lie finally cracked, not because activists surrendered, but because reality finally fought back. The revolution of common sense strikes again, folks. But it's not over. Do you know what comes next? Accountability. My view, prosecute and punish the monsters who did this to kids in the first place.